Good morning, students. Unit 3 Ratio and Proportion. In last session, we discussed about what is meant by ratio, how to simplify it, and how to find the equivalent ratios. In this session, today we are going to see about what is meant by proportion and unitary method. Proportion. When two ratios are equal, A by B is equal to C by D. We say that the ratios are in proportion. A proportion is simply a statement that two ratios are equal. This is denoted as A is to B is proportionality to C is to D, and it is read as A is to B as C is to D. To find the cross product of the proportion, we multiply the outer terms called the extremes and the middle terms called the means. Let's see. The proportionality law. If two ratios are in proportion, that is A is to B is proportionality to C is to D, then the product of the extremes is equal to the product of the means. This is called proportionality law. Here A and D are extremes and B and C are the means. Also, if two ratios are equal, that is A by B is equal to C by D, then the cross product of A by B is equal to C by D is A into D is equal to B into C. It is called the cross product of proportion. Let's see with example. Proportions and ratios. A is to B is in the form of ratio. C is to D is in the form of ratio. Then by using the cross product of proportion, A into D is equal to B into C. That is AD equal to BC. Then let's see about the parts of a proportion. See, the inner parts, that is 6 and 1 are called means. The outer parts 3 and 2 are called extremes. 3 is the first term, 6 is the second term, 1 is the third term, 2 is the fourth term. What do you observe here? 3 and 2 are extreme values, 6 and 1 are mean values. If the product of extremes and means are equal, means the given ratios are in proportion. If the product of extremes and means are not equal, means the given ratio are not proportion. Exercise 3.3. Fourth sum. Find whether 12, 24, 18, 36 in that order can be expressed as two ratios that are in proportion. Students, here the given numbers are 12, 24, 18 and 36. From that we are going to make the given numbers in ratios. That is 12 is to 24, 18 is to 36. Then you have to find the ratios are in proportion or not. Students, as you already know that how to find the proportion. That is A is to B is proportionality to C is to D. A and D are extremes. B and C are means. If the product of A and D and the product of B and C is equal, means the given ratios are in proportion. If not equal, means the given ratios are not in proportion. First we have to write the number in the ratio form. See, 12 is to 24, proportionality to 18 is to 36. Then you have to find the product of extremes and means. See, 12 and 36 are extremes. 24 and 18 are means. And next we are going to find the product of extremes. Product of extreme means A into D. A value is 12, D value is 36. 12 into 36 equal to 432. Next, product of means. That is B into C. B value is 24, C value is 18. 24 into 18 is 432. Students, here the product of extremes and product of means is equal. That is AD is equal to BC. So the given ratios are in proportion. First you have to write the given numbers in the ratio form. Then you have to find the product of extremes. Then product of means. Product of extremes means A into D. Product of means B into C. Here A value is 12, B value is 24, C value is 18 and D value is 36. First let's find the product of extremes A into D. A is 12 and D is 36. 12 into 36 is 432. Product of means B into C. 24 into 18 is 432. Here the product of extremes and product of means are equal. So the given ratios are in proportion. Hence 12 is to 24 and 18 is to 36 are in proportion. Because here AD equal to BC, that is product of extreme is equal to product of means. So the given ratios are in proportion. Fifth question, write the mean and extreme terms in the following ratios and check whether they are in proportion. 400 gram is to 50 gram and 25 rupees is to 625 rupees. Students, first you have to find the mean and extreme terms. Then you have to check whether the given ratio is in proportion or not. A is to B is proportionality to C is to D. Here A and D values are extremes. See, the product of A and D and the product of B and C are equal, means the given ratios are in proportion. Here A and D are extremes, B and C value are means. First you have to write the given terms in the ratio form, that is 400 is to 50 and 25 is to 625. See, first you have to find the mean and extreme terms. Here 400 and 625 are extremes. 50 and 25 are means. Then you have to find the product of extreme. Product of extreme means what? A into D. A value is 400, D value is 625. 400 into 625 is 2,50,000. Let's see, 625 into 400. Here it is in the multiplication of two zeros. First put two zeros, then 4 5s are 20, 4 2s are 8, 8 plus 2 is 10, 4 6 are 24, 24 plus 1 is 25. 2,50,000. And next we are going to find the product of means. Product of means what? B into C. Here B value is 50 and C value is 25. 25 into 50 is, first you have to put 1 0. 5 5s are 25. 5 2s are 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. 50 into 25 is 1250. Here the product of extremes and product of means are not equal. That is AD is not equal to BC, because here the product of extremes, that is A into D value is 2,50,000. Here the product of means B into C value is 1250. Here AD is not equal to BC. So the given ratios are not in proportion. Hence 400 is to 50 and 25 is to 625 are not in proportion. Students, first we have to find the extremes and means. Product of extremes and product of means. Here the A value is 400, B value is 50, C value is 25 and the D value is 625. To find the product of extremes, multiply A and D. That is 400 into 625. 400 into 625 is 2,50,000. And then you have to find the product of means. That is B into C. Here the B value is 50 and the C value is 25. 50 into 25 is 1215. Here AD value is not equal to BC because AD value is 2,50,000. BC value is 1250. So AD is not equal to BC. Hence 400 is to 50 and 25 is to 625 are not in proportion. Exercise 3.3. Sixth sum. The America's famous Golden Gate Bridge is 6,480 feet long with 756 feet tall towers. A model of this bridge exhibited in a fair is 60 feet long with 7 feet tall towers. Is the model in proportion to the original bridge? The America's famous Golden Gate Bridge is 6,480 feet long and 756 feet tall. A model of this bridge exhibited in a fair as 60 feet long and 7 feet tall. You have to find whether the model and the original bridge is in proportion or not. Solution. Here A is to B is proportionality to C is to D. A and D values are extremes and B and C values are means. See, the ratio of Golden Gate Bridge and its model are given. 6,480 feet long and 756 feet tall. And its model has 60 feet long and 7 feet tall. From that, we are going to find the given ratios are in proportion or not. For that, first we have to find the product of extremes and product of means. Product of extremes. A into D. Here the A value is 6,480. D value is 7. 7 zeros are 0. 7 eights are 56. 7 fours are 28. 28 plus 5 is 33. 7 6 are 42. 42 plus 3 is 45. Then you have to find the product of means. That is B into C. Here B value is 756. C value is 60. Put 0 first. 6 6 are 36. 6 5s are 30. 30 plus 3 is 33. 6 7s are 42. 42 plus 3 is 45. Here both the product of extremes and product of means are equal. That is AD equal to BC. 45,360 is equal to 45,360. Hence, the given ratios are in proportion. 6,480 is to 756 and 60 is to 7 are in proportion. Students, first you have to find the ratio of Golden Gate Bridge and its model. That is 6,480 is to 756 is proportionality to 60 is to 7. To check whether the given ratios are in proportion or not, first you have to find what? Product of extremes and product of means. Product of extremes means A into D. That is 6,480 into 7. Answer is 45,360. Then you have to find the product of means. That is B and C value. B into C. 756 into 60. Answer is 45,360. Here AD and BC value is equal. The product of extremes is equal to product of means. So, the given ratios are in proportion. Unitary method. Finding the value of one unit and then using it to find the values of the required number of units is known as unitary method. Unitary method is a technique for solving a problem by first finding the value of a single unit and then finding the necessary value. To find the unitary method, there is no formula is used. Just to find the value of single unit, that is 1 unit, and then multiply the value of single unit to the number of units. Let's see the steps involved in unitary method. Express the given problem in mathematical statement. Second step, find the value of 1 unit of the given item using division. Third step, find the value of the required number of the same items using multiplication. Let's see with example. Here 10 apples cost is given, that is rupees 100. Here the mathematical statement is given as 10 apples equal to rupees 100. Then what's the second step? Find the value of 1 unit of the given item using division. See, 1 apple equal to, you have to divide the cost of 10 apples by the number of apples. To find 1 apple cost, you have to divide 100 by 10. 100 by 10 is 10. So the cost of 1 apple is rupees 10. Then what's the third step? Find the value of the required number of the same items using multiplication. 6 apples equal to 10 into 6. See, 1 apple equal to 10 rupees. 6 apple equal to 10 into 6, that is rupees 60. First you have to find the 1 unit value by using division. Then the required number of items using multiplication. Students, it will clear by solving the sums that how to find the value of one item using unitary method. Example 3.8. Pari wants to buy 5 tennis balls from a sports shop. If a dozen balls cost us rupees 180, how much should Pari pay to buy 5 balls? Pari wants to buy 5 tennis balls. In question, they given a dozen balls cost is rupees 180. Dozen means what? 1 dozen equal to 12. That is, the cost of 12 balls is rupees 180. You have to find how much did Pari wants to pay for 5 tennis ball. Here the given question is Pari wants to buy 5 tennis ball. The cost of a dozen balls equal to rupees 180. Here the word dozen represent what? Yes, 12. 1 dozen equal to 12. So you have to find the value of, that is cost of 1 ball. Cost of 1 ball equal to. Students, how you find the cost of 1 ball? Using the unitary method, first you have to find the value of 1 unit. Then you have to find the required number of units. See, 12 balls equal to rupees 180. You have to find for 1 ball. So you have to divide the cost of 12 balls by the number of ball. That is 180 by 12. 12 ones are 12. 12 15s are 180. So the cost of 1 ball equal to rupees 15. Then you have to find the cost of 5 balls because Pari wants to buy 5 tennis ball. So the cost of 5 balls equal to, students, here we know that cost of 1 ball is rupees 15. You have to find the cost of 5 balls. So it is multiplication. 1 ball cost is rupees 15. 5 balls means 5 into 15. 5 into 15 is rupees 75. Hence, Pari has to pay rupees 75 for 5 balls. Students, here Pari wants to buy 5 tennis ball, but in question a cost of dozen balls is given. That is, cost of 12 balls is given rupees 180. By using the unitary method, you have to find the cost of 1 unit. So the cost of 1 ball equal to 180 by 12. 12 ones are 12, 12 15s are 180. So the cost of 1 ball is rupees 15. From that we can easily find the cost of 5 tennis ball. The cost of 5 balls equal to 5 into 15. That is rupees 75. Hence Pari has to pay rupees 75 for 5 balls. Exercise 3.4 fifth sum. A car covers a distance of 125 km in 5 kg of LP gas. How much distance will it cover in 3 kg of LP gas? A car covers a distance of 125 km in 5 kg of LP gas. You have to find how much distance will it covers in 3 kg of LP gas. See, in 5 kg of LP gas, 125 km distance was covered. You have to find how much distance will it cover in 3 kg of LP gas. Here the given question is distance covered in 5 kg of LP gas is 125 km. You have to find distance covered in 3 kg of LP gas. Students, you have to find distance covered in 3 kg of LP gas. By using the unitary method, you have to find the value of 1 unit. That is, you have to find the distance covered in 1 kg of LP gas. See here, 5 kg of LP gas, 125 km distance is covered. So, to find 1 kg of LP gas, you have to divide the kilometer by LP gas. 5 kg of LP gas. That is 125 by 5. 5 ones are 5. 5 25s are 125. So, distance covered in 1 kg of LP gas is 25 km. Then the distance covered in 3 kg of LP gas is distance covered in 3 kg of LP gas. Here we found the value of 1 kg of LP gas is 25 km. 3 kg means 3 into 25. That is 75 km. So, 75 km can be covered with 3 kg of LP gas. Students, here 5 kg distance covered in 5 kg of LP gas is given 125 km. You have to find the distance covered in 3 kg of LP gas. So you have to find how much distance covered with 1 kg of LP gas. For that 125 by 5. You have to divide the number 125 by 5. You will get the answer as 25 km. So the distance covered in 1 kg of LP gas is 25 km. Then you have to find the distance covered in 3 kg of LP gas. So 3 into 25 is 75 km. Therefore 75 km can be covered with 3 kg of LP gas. Sixth sum. Cholan walks 6 km in 1 hour at constant speed. Find the distance covered by him in 20 minutes at the same speed. Cholan walks 6 km in 1 hour and you have to find the distance covered by him in 20 minutes at the same speed. See, here Cholan walks 6 km in 1 hour. It represents in 60 minutes he walks 6 km. 1 hour equal to 60 minutes. You have to find for 20 minutes. Here the given question is distance covered in 1 hour equal to 6 km. That is 60 minutes equal to 6 km. Students, as you already know that 1 hour equal to 60 minutes. So the distance covered in 60 minutes equal to 6 km. You have to find distance covered in 20 minutes. By using the unitary method, you have to find the value of 1 unit first. So you have to find the distance covered in 1 minutes. That is 6 km by 60 minutes. See here 1 hour value is given. But why I am putting here 60? because you have to find the distance covered in minutes. So you have to convert this hour into minutes. 1 hour equal to 60 minutes. So distance covered in 1 minute is 6 by 60. 6 ones are 6, 6 tens are 60. So the distance covered in 1 minute is 1 by 10 kilometer. Then you have to find the distance covered in 20 minutes. Distance covered in 20 minutes. That is 1 by 10 into 20. 10 ones are 10, 10 twos are 20. So the distance covered in 20 minutes is 2 kilometer. Choran covers 2 kilometer in 20 minutes. Students, first distance covered in 1 hour is given, that is 6 kilometer. You have to find distance covered in 20 minutes. You have to find minutes. So you have to convert hour into minutes. 1 hour equal to 60 minutes. That is distance covered in 60 minutes is 6 kilometer. By using the unitary method, you have to find the value of 1 unit. That is distance covered in 1 minute is equal to 6 by 60. That is 6 kilometer by 60 minutes. 6 ones are 6, 6 tens are 60. So the distance covered in 1 minute is 1 by 10 kilometer. Distance covered in 20 minutes. In 1 minute, 1 by 10 kilometer distance was covered. So in 20 minutes, 1 by 10 into 20. 10 ones are 10, 10 twos are 20. So 2 kilometer. Cholan covers 2 kilometer in 20 minutes. 7th sum. The number of correct answers given by Karmugilan and Kavita in a quiz competition are in the ratio 10:11. If they had scored a total of 84 points in the competition, then how many points did Kavita get? See, the number of correct answers given by Karmugilan and Kavita in a quiz competition are in the ratio 10:11. That is 10 parts for Karmugilan and 11 parts for Kavita. And the total points also given, that is 84 points. You have to find how many points did Kavita get. Here the solution is number of correct answers given by Karmugilan and Kavita is given. That is 10 parts for Karmugilan and 11 parts for Kavita. Total points is also given, that is 84. You have to find how many points did Kavita get. Students, in the previous session, that ratio problem we solved like this. Or you remember that problem? Yes, you definitely know that. In one sum, the ratio of provisions and vegetables are given. For that, what we did first, to find the amount of each part, we add the ratio first. Similarly, for this problem also, we have to find the total parts of ratio. 10 parts for Karmugilan and 11 parts for Kavita. You have to add the ratios to find the total parts. In this, we are going to find only Kavita points. So, first find the total parts. 10 plus 11 equal to 21. Here Kavita part is 11. So, put 11 in the numerator and the total parts in the denominator. Then, into total points, that is 84. 21 ones are 21, 21 fours are 84. 11 into 4 is 44. Therefore, Kavita get 44 points. Therefore, Kavita scored 44 points in the quiz competition. Students, here the number of correct answers given by Karmugilan and Kavita is given as in the ratio form, that is 10:11. Total points is given, that is 84. You have to find only how many points did Kavita get. So for that, first you have to find the total parts. 10 plus 11 equal to 21. 11 part is for Kavita. So put it in the numerator and 21 parts total in the denominator. Then into total points is 84. 21 ones are 21, 21 fours are 84. 11 into 4 is 44. Therefore, Kavita scored 44 points in the quiz. Eighth sum, Carmagan made 54 runs in 9 overs and Asif made 77 runs in 11 overs. Whose run rate is better? Here, run rate is equal to ratio of runs to over. That is, 54 is to 9 is equal to run rate. The ratio of runs to over is equal to run rate. Carmagan made 54 runs in 9 overs and Asif made 77 runs in 11 overs. You have to find whose run rate is better. Run rate is nothing but the ratio of runs to overs. That is 54 is to 9. You have to find whose run rate is better. Solution. Here the given question is Carmagan made 54 runs in 9 overs and Asif made 77 runs in 11 over. Here the given clue is run rate equal to ratio of runs to over. Ratio of runs to over is nothing but 54 is to 9 and 77 is to 11. The ratio can be written as fraction form, that is 54 by 9. Then only we can able to find whose run rate is better. 54 by 9. 9 ones are 9, 9 6 are 54. So the Carmagan run rate is 6. Then you have to find Asif run rate, that is 77 by 11. 11 ones are 11, 11 sevens are 77. Here Asif run rate is 7. Carmagan run rate is 6. Now we can easily find that whose run rate is better. 7. That is Asif run rate is better. Let's see today's activity. Create a proportion using the given set of numbers. Here I attach the related link and textbook pages.